Hi, I'd like to just do a little quick update about this latest game that's came across my way, which is Frostgrave. This is actually making an awful lot of traffic out on the internet at the moment, on some of the sort of major gaming channels, at least some of the sort of, not necessarily the mini war games, but one step down. And this is a new game, it came out last June, July, and it's really starting to make some headway, and these things are selling out like hotcakes, and they keep making new ones on Amazon and what have you. And you know, this game seems to have really caught attention, and it's definitely caught mine. For those people who like more time, it's basically more time brought into a supported modern world, really. It's not more time, there's differences between the two. This is a fantastic game. I'm saying this, I actually haven't played a complete game yet. I've messed around with it and done some sort of theory crafting. I've been building scenery to play it. But basically, for about £10, you can buy this book from Amazon, and it's everything you need to play the game. Game's played on a 3x3 table, usually with a frost theme, and you have 2 warbands or 3 warbands or however many you want, but a minimum of 2. And you play against an opponent trying to get the treasure off the board, whilst at the same time doing as much damage as you can realistically get away with against your opposing player. But the objective really is to score the most treasure, take it away, so that when you play the game next time, you have gained experience, you skill up your wizard, skill up your apprentice who goes with them, and you know, keep the campaign going. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's lots and lots of review videos out there about Frostgrave, and some, if you look at Ash Barker's Guerrilla Miniature Gaming website, they do some battle reports and gaming with the cooler. They're doing them, there's a few others as well. I forgot the name of it, but I might put a link below. But basically, some fantastic websites have really started picking this up, and this game's getting huge, and I can see it being a really sort of mainstay game for quite a few years to come. Now, the production value of this thing is fantastic. You can get a PDF version, which is only about £5 from memory, but I went for the book because I like the sort of slightly more tactile feel of it, and also I'm slightly older. But yeah, the production value of this thing is absolutely fantastic. The book is really high quality. The game is very simple to play, with basically you also only really have the one class, one character that you really maintain, which is your wizard. There's 80 spells in the game, of which they can cast different schools of magic based on their specialism. Some of them are hard to cast because they're kind of the opposite of their chosen profession, while some of them are very easy. And you have a whole bunch of henchmen who support them to make up the rest of your warband that are with a sort of monetary value, so that you can buy and build and maintain an army as you see fit. It's got some excellent sort of outer game rules about how you go in between rounds and what have you, about saving up your money and making your money and buying better henchmen, but equally also you can buy things like bases. But yeah, generally I won't go too much into it, because I think there's a whole bunch of fantastic battle reports out there which will tell you about the game straight away. But the reason why this game is good is because A, it's ridiculously good fun. It's very, very easy to play. If you want to get your kids to play a game, this is somewhere to start, but you can make this as tactical as you wish it to be. It's got a lot of strategic value in it. It's got a really balanced magic system, or at least it seems to be. And you can have lots and lots of different spells and different combinations, which makes some quite customizable stuff. They're bringing out an expansion in November, which is going to be a full campaign setting. And I think with that there'll be new beasts and what have you. Actually, speaking of beasts, you get sort of NPCs in sort of computer game sense and Dungeons and Dragons sense, who can wander the board as well and have a sort of a mechanic to how they will interact with you. So it's not just you versus the opposition player, it's you versus the environment as well. Now, I've bought into this, I can't wait to play it. This is probably the only non-GW thing I've really I've gone for. And in a way, it's partly because it's non-GW has attracted me to it. I can use my GW models to represent certain characters or certain things, but the reason why I really wanted it was because I felt like playing something that just didn't have that same lore, just for a change, and it's something that you can play quickly. So I've started spending the money. I've bought myself a couple of blister packs. So I've got myself, forgotten who's here, I've got my Enchanter and Apprentice and Necromancer and Apprentice, and to be honest, I picked these up at random because I thought I'm going to end up with all of them, knowing me. And you know, £5.40 for 2 models. This is out of Dark Sphere, so it's reduced. It's £6 RRP. That's pretty good value for 2 metal models. The only thing I don't like, and it's a minor foible, is the fact they come with just the sort of classic metal stand. There's no plastic stand, and I like to base things, so I'm going to have to base them, but I'll get some stands and, you know, tart them up. But small things. Frankly, the decal's fantastic. They're very old-fashioned miniatures, but I think that's actually not a bad thing. And I'm looking forward to painting them when I get around to it. I'm trying to finish my Orcs and Goblins stuff off first, which is taking quite a bit of my time. But yeah, just to say, Frostgrave, go and watch the videos on the internet. I really intend to play a lot more with it. By pure coincidence, one of the guys who I play with has bought it as well, purely by off his own back, complete coincidence, similar way to me. Watched the video, thought I love this. I told the chap who I play with at work, he went out and he bought it as well, so 3 of us have just picked this up just based on what we've seen on the internet. I really recommend you have a look at it. For a game that you can play relatively quick and easy to set up, it's fantastic. The only downside, you need some serious scenery to make this work. It's just like any sort of tabletop skirmish game. My room's a bit of a tip at the moment, but essentially I've sort of started painting up not the kitchen room, the giant tower that I used to get from GW. I've done that. I've been painting up the bits and pieces of the Garden of Moor. Got some other odds and bods, and I've even bought some of this sort of cheap scenery, which I'm not entirely convinced is going to be that good yet, but that's a giant pyramid which I'm frosting up at the moment, and some little sort of remains of ruins which will be like on a hilltop ruin type thing, just to try and make some more scenery for Frostgrave, because I'm really quite looking forward to having a game. And of course I'll use my sort of classic fantasy scenery as well. So my table's completely bomb-site at the moment. I'm trying to do 15 things at once and I've not been well, which has made it worse. But sort of trying to get this guy done and his surrounding counterparts. Do cleaning that tray. So yeah, that's it. So what I am going to do, one thing that you do benefit from, I think, playing Frostgrave, is to have a set of magic cards. And I've decided to make myself a set. They've removed the ones that were kind of freely available on the internet, which some fans produced, because they bought them and they're going to release them as official cards, but I like to make my own. So I've come up with a system which is using the Magic the Gathering Creator set, and I'm making a set of laminated cards, and I'm going to put a separate video on about how you might want to do that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some filming on Frostgrave in the not too distant. We've already got a game planned for certainly before the end of this month or beginning of next. And my wife wants to play it, and my kids want to play it, and we're going on holiday next week, and we're taking it with us. So it's more about me than maybe anyone else. Right, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.